We are going in the community now with On Point Community Credit Union, and today we're spotlighting SHARE, a nonprofit organization that serves the community by helping people find access to housing and food stability. I'm joined by their Director of Philanthropy, Adam Wright. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So tell us what SHARE is all about.
Yeah, and I do want to just thank On Point once again for the opportunity to be on here. We really appreciate the partnership we have with them. SHARE serves over 5,000 unique individuals who live with homelessness, housing instability, and food insecurity in the Clark County area.
So tell us your mission.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting people housed. It is getting people fed. I mean, that is in a nutshell kind of what we do. And we do that with shelters. We do that with affordable housing support, and we have meal programs that support as well.
Okay, how exactly do you achieve these goals? Tell us more specifically about the programs and initiatives.
Yeah, so I mentioned the shelter program. We have a men's shelter, a women's shelter, 2 family shelters. We have a permanent supportive housing complex that actually just doubled in size with a partnership there in Vancouver. And we have, like I said, our meal programs that we send about 1,200 meal kits out weekly to school systems that kiddos take those home. It helps feed their families throughout the school week. We have a summer meals program so that when school is out of session, kids and families can come and grab a meal, no questions asked. We have about 20 different meal sites so that we really try to go into the community where families aren't having to get transportation to go find these meals. That's about 10,000 meals throughout the summer. We have an outreach program that goes into the community and helps houseless folks with their basic necessities, getting IDs, things like that, to get on their track back to permanent housing. And we have a talk and trash program that is one of our favorites. It employs houseless folks to go into the city with a contract with the city, and we have a dump truck. They go and pick up trash throughout the year. They work on employment skills along, remembering how to be good employees, how to get up in the morning and show up to work on time. And that team picked up over 200 tons of trash last year.
Goodness.
To put it in perspective, that is over 100 elephants of trash that they picked up last year. So cleaning up our community while also trying to get people housed.
I love that. Is there any individual story from your time that really, sticks out to you as an example of your impact, something that said, yeah, this is why I do this?
Yeah, and I'm fortunate to get to talk to a lot of clients every day. And one story that sticks out, is a reminder of the people we serve are humans, just like you and I. Most people a lot of people have an idea of what homelessness looks like, and a lot of times that's wrong. So I got to speak with a family recently who mother and father both grew up in the foster care system. And if you know anything about the foster care system, you know how easy it is to grow up in that system and then end up in the prison system, things like that. But that didn't happen for them. They both grew up, had successful lives, got married, had jobs, and then COVID hit and they both lost their jobs. And losing your job, they couldn't pay for rent. And so they eventually got evicted from their home. And though they had been told weeks earlier, that medically they weren't going to be able to have children, they found out they were pregnant the day or right around the time they were evicted.
Oh no.
And so they ended up on the streets, having nowhere to go, pregnant, trying to figure out what they were going to do, and eventually got in touch with the Council for the Homeless, who then worked with us. We have a big collaboration there to get them into shelter. They ended up being in shelter for a number of years, trying to find permanent housing because the housing market is not great right now. But eventually they recently moved out of our shelter system with their 2 young boys and are living in a home that they deserve.
Yeah, it takes hard work, long work sometimes, but it's successful. So thank you for sharing that story. What do you have on tap for 2026? Oh
man, so many things that we're excited about. Our gala, if anybody would like to attend our gala, we would love to have you. It is not like the Mets, the Met Gala. We will, it's different than any gala you've ever been to. This year we're gonna have a drag show as part of it. It's a homecoming theme, so people will come in, do a little tailgate action, see the silent auction, things like that, then go into the dance side, learn about our programming, and everybody deserves a home. So that's the theme of our homecoming.
Sounds fun. How can people at home learn more about SHARE and get involved?
Yeah, go to our website. We'd love to have you check out the website, check us out on social media, and volunteer. We always love to have volunteers at our Hot Meals program that serves meals 365 days a year. You can fill backpacks to go out to the kids at school. Donations are always great. That is a way that becoming a monthly donor, even giving up a cup of coffee once a month can make a huge difference. So any of those ways would be a huge help. And the last thing is, if you don't have the means to give, remembering that people outside are human and smiling at them, acknowledging their crisis can go a long way in making people feel seen and understanding that their community hasn't forgotten about them.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad you came and were able to share today. Share, of
Nice.
course. I'm sure you get that a lot. Sorry, that was not on purpose. But yes, it was great to learn about what you do, and hopefully people will get involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.